All right, as I said, the honeymoon murder case is something that we are going to now tell viewers every angle of it, exactly what happened, the sequence of events and what is going to happen next. My colleague Saurabh Gupta joins us live from Cherrapunji, from the exact spot where the victim's body, Raja Raghuvanshi's body, was actually found. Saurabh, take us through all the details that are coming in, the inside scoops and what you've been getting from your sources in the police.
Well, we've been traveling the entire day throughout these beautiful hills of Meghalaya, and what we've seen is, of course, a whole day of the trail that Raja Raghuvanshi and Sonam Raghuvanshi took. Now, before we dive into what we've discovered throughout the day, let me just give you the visuals from Setchupin here in the Sohra region. This is a candlelight vigil in memory of Raja Raghuvanshi, just to pray for his soul, just to pray for the departed soul. This is being organized by the locals here because they believe that this was someone who was a guest to their region and someone who died in the most unfortunate circumstances, and therefore you have this candlelight vigil that's taking place. The candles will be lit. In fact, if I can ask, just try and get you a visual of this whole thing here that we are seeing. And of course, if I can just show you, there are a lot of candles here that are there, and this is part of the candlelight vigil that's taking place here. And this is what is being done here as part of the whole sort of exercise to try and remember Raja Raghuvanshi. And this is something that we are seeing here as we speak. Now I have someone with me, Mr. Alan West. Mr. West, if I can just come to you. You've organized this in memory of Raja Raghuvanshi, a really unfortunate death. He was visiting here, and the lovely hills of Meghalaya that so many tourists come to. What's the sense that the local community gets at this point? Because obviously, you've organized this beautiful vigil here in memory of Raja Raghuvanshi, and I can see white roses, fresh flowers, and a photo of his, and lots of locals lighting candles here.
See, I mean, for the last 1 week plus, this image of Sara has been painted in such a way that, it was so negative that the rest of India thought that whoever did this work was us, the locals.
So if I can just ask you to speak up a bit.
Okay. Yeah. So, for the last one week plus, the kind of, the way that the rest of India viewed Northeast India, Meghalaya, and especially Sora was too negative. The way that the national media painted us was too negative. That
this, of course, seems quite the opposite.
Yeah. So what we felt is that Raja, when he came to Sora, he innocently came as a tourist. I mean, he didn't know what will be happening in the next one day to him. So a soul was lost here in the beautiful hills of Sora. So we have this feeling that we should empathy with the lost soul and with the entire family, and we have decided to hold this candlelight vigil to pay respect for the departed soul, and also to show solidarity with the grief family. We also had today a rally, which is a peace rally. Many people misunderstood that it is a protest rally. In fact, we call it a peace rally, and through this peace rally, we wanted to, to express our emotion that, the rest of India has painted us in a very negative way.
Absolutely. And so before we continue, I'll just ask my camera person to show you the visuals of the candlelight vigil, and of course, try and move the camera forward and show you these visuals that are that is taking place here. And this is, of course, visuals live that we are bringing you from the Sora region, very close to where the spot where probably Raja Raghuvanshi lost his life. Mr. West, if you can continue taking us through, when you initially heard of this, obviously this was something that must have affected you as well, because it was a horrific incident.
Yeah. For us, it was shocking, I would say. I mean, Never in the past had this kind of a crime been committed in our beautiful hills. We are peace-loving people, and we are God-fearing people. For someone from amongst us to commit such a crime, we had great doubt. I mean, but the investigation was underway, and we could not come to any conclusion. You'll never know what will happen also. But after the recovery of the dead body of Raja, then the state police had formed this special investigation team. So we had left to the wisdom and the capability of the police. But yesterday's news was quite
Shocking to you as
shocking,
well.
and it was quite a relief for us. All these days, the whole
were scared.
world thought that the people of Sora was involved in this murder.
But that
Yeah, so with the latest development yesterday, I think it was quite a relief, and everyone was happy in Sora that we have reassured to the rest of the world that Sora is a peaceful place.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. West, for speaking to us. And if I can just ask my camera person to stay on these visuals here and, of course, just show the visuals of the candlelight vigil that's taking place, organized by the locals in memory of Raja Raghuvanshi. And then, of course, try and bring up this whole, bring out the sentiment that the locals feel over the loss of this life here. I have with me also Ratnadeep Chaudhary, who of course joins me now. Ratnadeep, you've been tracking this case from day one. And today's revelations and the investigation details that have come out through the day are quite shocking.
That's right. In fact, our colleague Mukesh Singh Sengar had exclusively interviewed the SP of East Khasi Hills, Vivek Shyam, and in that exclusive interview we have got some shocking details about how the Meghalaya police was able to crack this case. Remember, for the past 24 hours we have been breaking one updates after another in connection to this case, and the Meghalaya police actually after recovering the body of Raja Raghuvanshi and then recovering the murder weapon, which was a machete, and which the design of the machete did not match to the ones used in the hills of Meghalaya. They were having a doubt whether some outsider was involved in this, and therefore a special investigating team was formed, and they launched an operation which was code-named rather Operation Honeymoon. There were 120 policemen involved in this operation, but it was basically a core team of 20 policemen who had to do a very difficult task. The terrain there is very difficult. First, with the help of NDRF, SDRF, and also the local volunteers from the mountaineering associations, the local guides, they actually made it possible that this decomposed body could be retrieved. If the body would not have come out, perhaps these suspects would not have been arrested. So that was number one. Number two, in the course of their investigation over the last 7 days, they pieced together several information from 42 CCTV camera footages to the eyewitness accounts, and then they were able to find out that, also looking at mobile data records, that wherever, right from Guwahati, when Raja Raghuvanshi and Sonam Raghuvanshi went to the famous Kamakhya temple to offer their prayers, right from there, these three assailants who were handled over phone by Raj Kushwaha from Indore were tailing the couple, and their mobile locations were almost nearby in between 20th of May to 23rd of May when this incident took place. They tailed them everywhere, and then while coming up from Nongriat village to Maulakhat and beyond, Raja Raghuvanshi and Sonam then diverted Raja towards the place, the isolated place from where you have reported Saurav earlier in the day, and somewhere in around that area the Raja Raghuvanshi was attacked and killed, and then his body was thrown off from the cliff in the gorge. They thought that nobody would get a sense of it. In fact, to divert the attention, they also placed the raincoat and parts of the clothes one of the attackers and Sonam on the track, on the other track which is there nearby, so that it gives a sense that people, there might have been an abduction case in that track, and therefore that was a ploy. But only about 10 kilometers ahead of that place, luckily there was a CCTV camera, and that CCTV camera there was an image of Sonam with these three men, and that was a clinching evidence on which more this actionable inputs were there. All these inputs were put together, and then they were able to find out that it was Sonam who was there, very much present with these three people who have attacked Raja Raghuvanshi and killed him. And then once piecing together was done, they decided to raid all the places together. 20 men went out of Meghalaya Police's SIT, and once these people were arrested, there was pressure built up on Sonam to surrender.
Absolutely. Let me just stay with the visuals, very touching visuals from, of course, Sora, Lower Sora. And Sora is where, they were last seen, the couple were last seen together. And of course, I was there at the spot where, his body was found. That was near the Waisadong Falls. And this, of course, is a very, very sad incident even for the locals here. Remember, the community here depends on tourism, and they want tourists to come. They are hospitable towards tourists. They're welcoming. So when the lens of suspicion fell on them, they were very worried, as Mr. West was telling us a short while ago. But obviously, this has turned out to be a most horrific crime orchestrated by the wife and other accomplices of this man who you see in this picture here. And this candlelight vigil taking place right here in Sora in memory of Raja Raghuvanshi. This has been organized by the people of the Sora region in memory of late Raja Raghuvanshi at the Saint Chopin Community Field in Lower Sora. Now, let me just take you to the spot from where the body was found. We visited that spot today, and it is a very, very difficult spot to recover a body from. It's a deep gorge. It's a very, very deep gorge. And of course, if you throw a body there down that cliff, it would take days to find the body. And that's something perhaps that the accused calculated and counted upon to give them enough time to perhaps slip away, which they managed to do from the region. But the police kept up the chase and finally caught them. So let's just look into this brief recording that I did at the spot where the body was found earlier in the day. The police suspect the murder could have taken place around the Waisadong Falls because the body was recovered from a gorge like this below, which is very, very deep, very hostile terrain, and drones had to be used to locate the body which was below, and then of course it was recovered, and that's what led to the beginning of the murder investigation. However, the police say that the trek etc. also could have been a pretext that the culprits who planned this murder used, and therefore the body of course was found here near the Waisadong Falls from a deep gorge in very hostile terrain, making it difficult for the body to be found and giving the accused precious time to plan their escape after committing the crime. With camera person Sanjay Chakraborty at the Waisadong Falls in Meghalaya, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV. Well, also the accused in this case, the accused, which includes Sonam Raghuvanshi, did make efforts to mislead the police, to try and mislead the police in a direction so that the body wouldn't be found, and that would leave enough scope, enough doubt for them to perhaps get away. Now, they went to a location which is not usually taken by trekkers. They used a much more, isolated route, and they also parked the scooty along this isolated route to mislead investigators that this could have been a fall from a trek or something like that, and hoping that because they dumped the body in that gorge, the body would never be found. But here's this place. We visited that place also where the scooty was found, and let's just look at how desolate, how isolated it is, and how easy they thought it would be perhaps to get away. But of course, that was foiled by the excellent investigation done by the Shillong police, the Meghalaya police. Raja Raghuvanshi's murder has shocked the nation. And why was Meghalaya, a very popular tourist destination, chosen? Well, there could be several reasons. But as we reach this particular spot, which is the last area where you can drive or come by two-wheeler, it shows you why this is such a spot where if someone wants to dispose of a body or if someone wants to get rid of someone or kill someone, all they have to do is take this trek down from here, and then you'll find a lot of deep gorges and valleys that provide you an opportunity of isolation and also very difficult terrain that would make it very, very challenging for anyone to recover a body after someone has been murdered. And it seems obvious as to why Raja Raghuvanshi's murderers chose this location in the beautiful state of Meghalaya. The choice of the location for Raja Raghuvanshi's murder is an obvious one. Firstly, its remoteness. It is, of course, very far away from any place that has a living population. Secondly, also, just the surroundings. There are no people around. There are only mountains, gorges and valleys. That makes it easy to murder someone and dispose of the body. Now, the couple that came here with the intention of a trek were headed to the living root bridges, the double-decker bridge. That, of course, is where they were headed on the trek. But unfortunately, during the trek, Raja Raghuvanshi was brutally murdered and his body was found after days of searching. And this, of course, is why perhaps this location was chosen by the criminals who murdered Raja Raghuvanshi while he was on his honeymoon with his wife, Sonam Raghuvanshi. Well, some breaking news coming in on this investigation into the death of Raja Raghuvanshi, and that's, of course, what we are learning from police sources in Madhya Pradesh, who also have been coordinating with the Meghalaya police. In fact, my colleague Tanushri joins us now. Tanushri, what's the latest on the investigation that the Madhya Pradesh police are sharing with you? I beg your pardon, Niharika.
At this side, I am Niharika
What's
from
the latest
here in
that we
Indore
have
today.
on the
Meghalaya
breaking
police
news that's
is
coming in from...
Yes, Meghalaya police is here in Indore since last 2 days. Also, Indore crime branch is helping them with all the matters they are solving here in Indore. We have got a very strong information here from Indore, Meghalaya police also, and Indore police sources that Sonam has offered more than 19 lakhs, that is 20 lakhs to the accused to throw the Raja's body into the ditch. Actually, what happened is that both of them, accused and Raja, also with Sonam, they already met each other in Bangalore airport, and then after they clashed at many places, because of which they came in to know that they know each other, they are from the same city, and that's the reason they started talking wherever they met. But when they were climbing up the cliff, at that time Sonam asked them to kill Raja Raghuvanshi, but at that time the accused told Sonam that they are tired and they are unable to do the same. At that time Sonam said, I will give you more than 20 lakhs, that is the amount which he offered them to kill Raja Raghuvanshi. At first he offered them 4 lakh rupees, but as and when the killers, that is the accused, told her that they are tired, they will not be able to kill Raja Raghuvanshi, at that time she told that I'll give you 20 lakhs for the same thing, but you do have to do it anyhow. At that time the accused tried to kill Raja Raghuvanshi, and at the time when they were throwing him off the cliff, they all were so much tired. At that time Sonam helped them off to kill Raja Raghuvanshi and throw his body off from the gorge. This information we has got from strong police sources, which are saying that Sonam was the one who helped all the men there to put Raja Raghuvanshi down the cliff, and then she ran away from there. Yes.
Right. Thank you, Niharika, for joining us with all those details. Can you also share with us, in all these meetings that have taken place, it seemed that at least from what you've just shared with our viewers, the offer of rupees 4 lakh and then, increasing that offer to rupees 20 lakh to get her husband killed. This is something that really is shocking, and, the planning, the detailing that went into it, choosing the route, choosing an isolated area, all of this seems very, very premeditated and well planned, at least initially.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Yesterday at night, accused Vishal was being interrogated. At that time, he accepted that Sonam was the one who offered them 4 lakh rupees at first, and after that 20 lakh rupees. This statement is from accused Vishal, who was being interrogated yesterday with from Meghalaya police. Also, the police sources told us that when they told that we are tired, we'll not be able to do the same. At that time, she offered more than 5 lakh rupees, that is to approx 20 lakh rupees, and she said that anyhow you have to do this. This is very disturbing for everybody, not only Raja's family, but Sonam's family is not yet ready to accept it. They are saying that till the time Sonam will not accept it, she will not give the statement by herself, we will not accept the same. Also, Raja Raghuvanshi's family, at first they were not ready to accept it, but at times when all the substances came along with this Sonam Raghuvanshi, at that time they started accepting it, and now they are asking for CBI investigation so that they can get into the matters more deeply. Yes.
Well, thank you, Niharika, for joining us with all those details. So that's the breaking news latest. The amount of money that was offered by Sonam Raghuvanshi to the contract killers to kill her husband, Raja Raghuvanshi. Quite shocking. The amount first initially, as Niharika was telling us, set at 4 lakh, and then, of course, offered up to 20 lakhs to carry out this horrific crime. But Sonam Raghuvanshi was someone who maintained a stoic, impression. Someone who didn't seem too affected, was playing the role, of wife very well. And in fact, she had this conversation with her mother-in-law as well, who and this is of course a conversation that came to light initially much earlier, but even if you look at this conversation, she seems to be giving the impression that everything is okay, something that she managed to do pretty well, given that she managed to actually leave Meghalaya after orchestrating and organizing this horrific crime. So let's listen into that conversation that she had with her mother-in-law, which of course has now also been shared and is playing out across media. Of course, this is something that is very, very disturbing as well.
हेलो
हेलो
हाँ मैं
राजा का फोन चल रही हो
अभी नहीं हुआ, बस हम चढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, हम ऊपर चढ़ गए फिर फोन लगाते हैं।
और आज तो उपवास होगा फिर?
मेरा तो उपवास है ना, मेरे को 2-3 बार बोल दिया।
हाँ।
मैं घूमने के चक्कर में अपनी 11 थोड़ी तोड़ूंगी।
वही तो तेरी, मैं अभी खरियार बना रही तो मेरे को एकदम से याद आ गई, मैंने कहा आज तो मेरे बहू का उपवास है बापे।
हाँ
खिचड़ी बना रही हूँ।
सुबह फोन आ गया था कि उपवास है, तो मैं नहाई थी।
हाँ तो कहीं दूध लस्सी जो भी मिल रहा हो उपवास का सामान वो खा लो।
अब पहले ऊपर तो चढ़े, जंगल में है, यहाँ से आप कुछ मिलेगा।
बाप रे, मैंने कल से कुछ ड्राई फ्रूट रख के ले जाओ, तो बोले हाँ क्या करेंगे हम, दो
ये जंगल है, पता, घोर जंगल है, एकदम खड़ी चढ़ाई है, चढ़ना मतलब उतरना भी खड़ा ही है और चढ़ना भी खड़ा ही है।
तो वहाँ ऊपर देखने के लिए क्या गए?
वो अंदर है, वो पहाड़ के अंदर, मना करी थी मैंने तो सुनते नहीं है।